This 80-year-old gentleman had an epidermoid cyst on his back, discharging its contents. It wasn't very inflamed or painful, so I just helped express its contents and drain it. But after dressing it, I did a little skin survey like you do. I noted many capillary hemangiomas and some seborrheic keratoses. Now I hope you are shouting and pointing at these two ugly ducklings in the middle of his back. What are these? His wife said she'd been trying to get him to come and get these checked for a couple of years, but he had refused. The larger lesion was 12 by 10 millimeters and was very soft to touch. The smaller one was 3 millimeters in diameter and firmer. What signs do you see? What's your differential diagnosis of what would you do? The black I didn't think was melanin, but to me more like clotted blood from an underlying ulcer or skin erosion. There's some light scale on the surface, being more obvious on non-polarized light. Then my eye was drawn to the blood vessels. What do you make of them? We have some thin vessels, longer, linear serpentine, a few hairpins but without a white keratin halo around them, some branching, even arborizing ones. I decided to call the vessels polymorphic, with them being of different types on display, all set within a milky white homogeneous background. Are these comedone-like openings or scabs on small erosions? My differential diagnosis was now quite long for this larger skin lesion. Let's now turn to the smaller lesion. There's lots of red, black and bluey greys. Is this a thrombosed capillary hemangioma? I thought. We have some lacunes here perhaps, and some separation of serum and lymph giving this yellow-orange colour at the top. Perhaps this is a clot of blood and a string of smaller hemorrhages. These blue-grey areas could just be the deoxygenated blood within the lacunes of a traumatised capillary hemangioma. But then this colour reminded me of melanin deeper in the dermis of the skin. Could this be a pigmented nodular BCC? And whenever I think that, I always think, could this be a melanoma? I didn't know, and if in doubt, refer or cut it out. I hope you felt you needed a histological diagnosis, but how quickly would you refer? I felt because of the more recent growth changes, it needed to be removed as soon as possible. I talked to him and he said, "Doc, I hate hospitals. Can't you remove it for me?" A couple of weeks later, I removed it all in one specimen, and here's the resulting scar a month later. Here's the histology. Oops! It was a nodular melanoma with a Breslow thickness of 3.8 millimeters deep. Fortunately, the peripheral margins were clear by 3 millimeters and the deeper margin by 9 millimeters. The histological report didn't separate them into two different lesions, so I'm assuming it's all one lesion really. He's now in the hands of the local secondary care dermatological team to review and plan further management. Did this outcome surprise you, as it did me? The key decision to make was, am I certain it's not a cancer? And the answer was no, so it needs removal. The second question to answer is, how quickly does it need to be removed? And in this case, I was correct. It needed to be removed urgently. Any other thoughts or comments? Welcome in the video section below.